Today we're going to make silver vials. Plating silver on the inside of a glass bottle is a classic demo in chemistry. You may have seen this before where you've plated a thin layer of silver on the inside of an Erlenmeyer or a round bottom flask. Today we're going to bring that to a classroom activity by plating small silver vials. The first thing that's really important is that your silver vials are really clean. And the way we clean them is we put a small amount of acetone in the vial. We swirl it around inside the vial for just a few seconds, just to make sure that any coating or dirt on the inside of that vial is gone. And then after this, we would dispose of this acetone and allow the vial to dry completely, which only takes a few minutes. After those vials are really clean, we have a few other things that we need to take into account. When you're doing this demo, there are some safety considerations. You need to make sure you're wearing gloves, obviously some safety glasses. And the third thing that's really important is that you have a beaker of a saturated sodium chloride solution ready for the waste. This is just regular tap water and sodium chloride in solution, and we're going to dump our waste in there to get rid of any explosive silver residue. So let's get started. We're going to have our really clean silver vials, and let's talk about the cast of characters. There are 4 chemicals involved in this reaction. We have half molar silver nitrate. We have 1.5 molar ammonium nitrate. We're using a 5% dextrose solution and 3 molar sodium hydroxide. What's happening in this reaction is that dextrose is being oxidized to gluconic acid, and then silver ions are being reduced to metallic silver. And that metallic silver is going to deposit in a really thin layer on the inside of this vial. All this happens is in a basic environment, which is where the sodium hydroxide comes in. So this is really easy. We're going to add 2 milliliters of each of these reagents to the vial. And I found that it doesn't matter what order you add these reagents in, as long as you add the sodium hydroxide last. So 2 mils of silver nitrate, 2 mils of ammonium nitrate, 2 mils of the dextrose, and then lastly, 2 mils of 3 molar sodium hydroxide. And you'll see that as soon as you add the sodium hydroxide, the solution is going to turn a brownish color. When all 4 reagents are in the vial, we're going to cap it tightly. And then we're going to just start twirling this vial around. And we're going to rotate and twirl it for between 1 and 2 minutes. And as we do that, you'll see that that really dark black solution will start depositing a silver plating on the inside of this vial. And the more you turn it and the more you agitate it, the better that coating is going to look. So we're going to keep rotating this and making sure that all the surfaces on the interior of this vial are coated. Now this is a similar procedure that you would use if you wanted to coat the inside of a larger vessel, such as an Erlenmeyer flask or a round bottom vial. This particular activity that we're doing is from a Carolina Chem kit called Silver Vials, and it includes vials for a class of 30. We also have this activity as a demonstration kit. It's called Carolina Chemonstration Silver Bottles. And it makes slightly larger bottles that the teacher can do as a classroom demo or in front of a small group of students. So after the interior of this is coated really well, we're going to open the vial and we're going to dump the waste into our saturated sodium chloride waste beaker. And then we'll just rinse the inside of this with some DI water. And get the rest of that out. After this is finished, you'll want to leave these open for probably a day or so to make sure that all the water evaporates so that nothing grows in there. The other thing that's really important to remember is that these silver vials are not to be used for food, drink, or for storing medications. Find this activity and more fun chemistry demos at carolina.com.